The sun is shining bright like a colorful aurora.
Well, we're heading into winter, and so I thought it was appropriate that we talk about a few things that you might need living in Central Oregon. And so I thought we would start with the snowblower, because it's one of my favorite toys for the winter. And it's kind of funny because it's associated to, big storms and, bad weather. But actually, I really look forward to managing the snow and the challenges that come with the snow when you have the right equipment. So my driveway is about, I would say probably 200 yards of paved driveway. And, when we get enough snowfall, I'll use my Honda. It's got the hydrostatic control. It's got the tracks instead of tires. This is the mothership of snowblowers, in my opinion. And I grew up in the Sierras with lots of snowfall, and I've used this in Bend. Now, last year was strangely, we didn't have hardly any snowfall. I didn't get to use this one time last year. It was really a bummer. Everybody's worried about the snowfall, and I'm hoping that it starts snowing, because it's not a problem. Like I said, when you have the right equipment, when you're prepared. Are you going to need this if you're living in a subdivision with, normal snowfall and you just have a driveway? No, you're not going to need this type of a snowblower. You could have a lot of different versions of snowblowers, but something like this is a real pleasure to have. It's dependable. It's powerful. It's easy to manage, and you might need one. I paid like $3,000 for this probably 3 or 4 years ago. And when you need it, it's really nice. You can keep your driveway cleared. You're not driving over the snow, because what happens when you drive over the snow is it packs it down and it becomes ice. So when you do have a storm, if you have never lived in the snow, when you do have a fresh snowfall, you get up. If you can, you want to get out there early, and you want to plow the driveway early on. And then when the sun hits it, it'll just melt it, and it'll be beautiful, and you won't have a big mess. If you start driving over the snow, it gets packed, it gets icy, and it's just a mess. It takes longer for it to clear. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit. This thing has been absolutely awesome. And so this isn't the biggest one. This is the 928A. They have a bigger one. It's like 1300 or whatever. It's just a wider track. You don't need that unless you need it. I mean, don't pay extra for it. They have a 700 model also that's a narrow, like 24-inch track. That's great too. It just depends on how you can how large of area you have. And I will tell you right now, I've been seeing these on Marketplace. You could pick one of these up in like new condition for probably more like $1,500 or something like that. So if you have any questions about this kind of thing, let me know. I also want to talk about another thing, which I'll get into now. Okay, next I'm going to show you my Honda generator. As you can see, this is the EU 3000 IS. It's fuel injected, super quiet. I'm going to start it for you so you can see. It may sound louder, I don't know, with the video, with the microphone. But I wanted it because it's a Honda, for one thing. Like, when you need a generator, you want something it's going to start. Okay. Now, I haven't started this for probably 5 months or something. I start them occasionally, but it's been all summer I haven't started it. Now, why do I need this? Is there a big problem with electricity going out? No. It used to be that way when I was in California as a kid growing up in the Sierras. Our power would go out for a week at a time. And if you didn't have a generator, you were in big trouble. In Central Oregon, I mean, it can happen in the winter if you get a storm or an accident. Somebody knocks a power line down or something, or a tree falls across a power line, that can happen. I just like to be prepared, so I'm kind of like that. I have a lot of, if the world's going to come to an end kind of stuff. So, otherwise it's not a problem on a normal basis. So I'm going to start this up for you, and let's see if I can get it to start. It does have a pull, but it also has a let them start. Just a little bit of choke. There you go. Just a little bit of choke and it fired right up. I mean, I can't even believe the battery is still charged. Turn the choke all the way off, so I don't know how loud that sounds, if my microphone's picking it up or what, but if you're going to be living in Central Oregon, you might want to pick up something like this for an emergency. I've only used it once for a refrigerator when our power was down for a day. This is the kind of stuff that makes winter here more of a fun time. Like if anything goes wrong, you got it handled. And that's the kind of thing I like to, encourage people to be ready for whatever happens. So there's some other things too I'd like to talk to you about. So let's move on to our vehicles. Okay, let's talk about snow tires because it's probably the most important thing. When you're moving to Central Oregon, you're going to have to adjust your vehicle. Probably, I mean, if you have a rear-wheel drive car, that's not going to work. It's not going to be safe to have a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Even with the right tires on it, that's dangerous. There's no reason to do that. You need to switch that out to an all-wheel drive vehicle if you can. My second choice or option would be front-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive now, you can get an all-wheel drive vehicle almost on everything. So in addition to that, you need to have the right tires, and it's absolutely necessity to be safe. I don't know where you grew up driving. I grew up in the Sierras. I grew up driving in snow. I was familiar with that. We moved here. No big deal. But if you have not been, then you're going to need some aggressive tires. Now, this is a brand new 2026 RAV4. It came with these tires on the car. These are mud and snows, and these are pretty aggressive for like a new vehicle. Normally, you don't get like these kinds of tires on a new car. You have to end up putting snow tires on. I might get away with these tires this year. Normally, we're going to be buying snow tires, and I would be recommending getting them siped. I don't like studs, and there's a reason for that, more than one reason, but the reason I don't like studs primarily is because you're going to have to change those tires out in the springtime, and it still could be freezing weather. But because of the laws or whatever, there's a deadline. You have to take those studded tires off. And so now people are running around. I've seen this almost every single year where it could still snow. It definitely could freeze, and now you have your fair weather tires on. So I would say find a mud and snow tire that you can run year round, or even a snow tire, and instead of getting them studded, I would get them siped. If you don't know what siping is when they make small cuts in the rubber, and it makes them to have better traction. So it's quiet, so you don't have the noise. You don't have to take them off early in the spring, and they're excellent in the ice, and ice is the main thing. So you're going to be planning on buying, $1,200 worth of snow tires, And if you want, run them all year long. Like I did that on one of my vehicles last year. It's fine. If you're not driving like long distances or commuting, you might as well run them all year instead of having 2 sets, you know. So Les Schwab is where I buy my tires for many years because they're all over the Northwest. And if you have any questions about the tires and the vehicles and stuff, I could make some recommendations. But one of the things on the vehicle choice is, you see the clearance here that you have? That's important because if we do have a lot of snow, you don't want a real low vehicle where that's going to get packed with snow and ice. For example, if you were to go buy an all-wheel drive Toyota Camry, and it's all-wheel drive because they do have one now. My friend just bought one. Well, there's no clearance, and that's not the right car for Central Oregon. Not in the winter time. You need something with more clearance like this. So any of the vehicles, any you know, small SUVs, all-wheel drive, those are the best. Subaru, Honda, Toyota, Jeep, you know, whatever your vehicle is, it's fine. But you need snow tires and you need a little bit of clearance to make it work well. And I'm happy to talk. I've even given people driving lessons in the snow. So let's talk more about that. Something that you're going to have to do, like right now we're in the middle of August and you know, it's still summertime. Today's going to be 90 degrees, but the seasons are going to change quickly going into September, October, and when we get to the point where we have freezing weather consistently at night, that's when it's time to winterize the yard. And part of that is having your sprinkler system, your irrigation sprinklers blown out with air. And that's, everybody does it here. You don't want to leave the water in the system throughout the winter because they'll freeze, break, and you'll have a big mess come springtime. It'll cost you hundreds of dollars to fix all those pipes and so on. So winterizing your yard, your plants, as you can see, this is my front yard, and you know, it gets a lot of attention, but we definitely have it always blown out. Oh, check out my flowers over here. I wasn't planning on doing this, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? These just keep on blooming. But I'm telling you, it's deceptive because the seasons will change quickly here. And before you know it, it's going to be winter. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Just a few things I thought I'd bring up. If you're thinking about relocating to Central Oregon, I'm Paul Frazier, and I would love to help you on the relocation process. Everything matters. All the little things matter. I'm happy to talk in detail about life in Central Oregon and what does that really look like. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is to educate and inform you, to help take some of the stress, some of the worry out of it. Like, what is it going to really be like here? So I look forward to meeting you soon. You have a great day. Bye-bye.